Hello everybody, and today we're going to do a tactical video about Immortals. Why Immortals are good, how you should use them, and why you should pick these, in some cases, over Warriors. Okay then, let's begin. Right, the first bit of advice I should give you is always take these in units of 10. Max out the unit size. Okay? Because a unit of 5 is easy prey for first blood for your opponent, and there's a good chance it won't survive long enough to use reanimation. So let's get into the tactics now. Okay then, for the price of 10 Immortals, you can take 14 Warriors. So the first thing you're saying, well, I should just take 14 Warriors. They got 4 more wounds, they got -1 AP, and this for 4, they're quite good. These are really good. If you watch my Necron Warrior tactical video, you will see how to use these really effectively. But in some cases in your army, these outperform these. And a good example is, you probably never see these guys on the table again. The normal Marines. Okay? It's all Primaris Marines now. Let's just say you're a Space Marine player. Okay? Who would do more damage to a unit of 10? Okay? Toughness 4, armor 3, okay? So you get 14 shots from the Warriors going into him, wounded on 4s, and only -1 armor. So half the wounds he will make will be saved. Half the wounds that go through, he'll save. But these are much stronger. You get 4 less shots, you're wounded on 3s, and you got 1 in 3 chance of saving this wound. He's -2 AP. So these will have more killing power. These will kill these a lot faster. But the main thing with these, I've noticed within Necron armies, if you go mass warriors, you really struggle to bring down toughness 5 units. And that's where these guys come in. They wound toughness 5 on a 4+ instead of a 5+, and that's a massive difference. Okay, so the way I would use these is not the way you use warriors. Do not send these up the board to get objectives. One of the best ways to use Immortals in 8th edition is... Okay, the best way to use Immortals in 8th edition I found is get them to cover turn 1. Okay, if you start on your side of the board and have to run into cover, it's worth doing. But what I prefer with Immortals is start them in your deployment area, on an objective if you can, and then that way they're safe, they have a 2-up armor because they're given cover. And the first thing you think, why would I pay all those points to just have them sit in my deployment area when they can't hit the opponent? Turn 1. The main role is the things that come across the board, like got 2-up armors, 5-up invuln saves and stuff. That's what you want to shoot at. These things are good to whittle down your opponent's main melee force before you engage them with your scarabs and your wraiths. Okay? And then you think, it's not bad for the points, but not really worth it. But another major way I found about using these are awesome for babysitting the Heavy Destroyer. They are. I'm not doing a technical video on Heavy Destroyers right now. I'll do that next, probably. But a unit of 3 Heavy Destroyers in cover, with these in front, protecting them. Because I found these guys will get wiped out really easy if they haven't got Bodyguard. Okay, you got deep striking units and stuff. Or if you have a Doomsday Arc. These are brilliant just for the bubble wrap. Okay. And then anything in your opponent's turn 1 will come across the board. So these are coming down, turn 3. You need to get this objective off you in the middle. You could have scarabs going for them. You could take a lot of guys out with the Immortals. Easy kill 5 in 1 out of town. You should kill 5 easy. Then you get 5 left and you hit them with something. Well, one way to use Immortals. Shooting people that come across the board. That's the way I use them lately. I have tried sending them across the board like I do with the Warriors. They get wiped out. Another good thing I found is a Cryptek. If you have the detachment you need 2 HQs for, you normally take 1 of these, maybe 2, because you have to take HQs. If you just chuck them in there with the Immortals, they have a 5-up invuln save and a 4-up reanimation. So that's 10 models with 2-up save. Got an objective all game. And let's be honest, okay? How hard are they going to be to get off that objective? Especially on the top floor, if your opponent needs that. That could be a game-winning objective right there. He has to come across the board, go up 3 levels, and give it a thing to go 2-up armor. And not only that, right, a good thing about doing this, do you have Robert Gurley, man? I think he rolls everything for everything, which is completely stupid. He can't actually kill these guys because he can't go up the levels because he's a monstrous creature. So you just sit there, you get Robert Gurley in there, it's like, ha 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 ha, they can't get me, just keep shooting him and shooting him and shooting him. Obviously, you probably have a flipping melee army with them, so just kill those first. Okay. But that's one really good way to use Immortals. If you want to save on points, take some Immortals to the Warriors, and have them guard 1 or 2 objectives on your board. Another good way to have these, have a unit 10, starting on the board, in cover like this one over here, but have no support and nothing with them. And he's over on your side of the board over there. So he's over there on your side of the board, okay? That's your deployment area. Your 10 guys there got an objective. And then you can focus then your army over here on this side of the board. You can push as a nice wave and just take them all out. Like you send your race up, your Hell Destroyers, your Doomsday Arcs, whatever. Them over there, they do provide a nice anti-defense of deep striking units, and they do hit hard. 10 shots from 5 AP2 is nothing to take lightly, let's put it that way. I have killed more Primaris Space Marines with Immortals than I have Warriors. You just seem to kill them a lot faster and easier. In this edition, I believe the -2 rend is far superior to the rate of fire of the Warriors. But with the Warriors outshining the Immortals, you have a Ghost Arc, you get the double reanimation, and there's 20 wounds. They are harder to take out if you got Cryptek in there. And in melee, they're much harder to kill in melee. So basically, the ways to use Immortals is sit back and shoot and guard stuff. If you take it, you can always use a Night Scythe, but I would not recommend you use a Night Scythe until you get the Codex Mills from Necrons. I personally think it's a piece of crap, and I really don't see any use for it. So let's say, okay, I'll take 3 units of Immortals, I won't use Warriors at all, and these guys are in the deployment area. Just saying, oh well, I can shoot you. I send Primaris Marines, 3-inch gun, they can shoot you. Yeah, they can. Okay, you can't do nothing about that. But this is why you need to design your army to be fast moving and deal with stuff like that. You can't just have tons of troop choices over on your side of the board, not moving and shooting. If you take Immortals, you'll make sure you have fast moving units like Tombblades, Rakes, Scarabs to engage stuff that won't get out of the damn deployment area. Okay, your opponent's turn 1, a lot of units will be coming out to get objectives. Okay, that's how the game works. If you're fighting like Imperial Guard, stuff that just sits there in camps, you pretty much best use your first turn with Immortals to start them on the board. Use my evil Necrons. So if you want to start on the board, and say you know he's not coming to the deployment area, if you can, walk them up, and try an advance roll, and try and get into cover. If you can just touch cover on your turn 1. It's worth losing 10 shots to get that 2+ cover, okay? With the Warriors, you just walk up and just take in the face. With them, you need to get the cover save. You're paying the extra points for the extra +1 armor. When they're in cover, they're so much harder to kill. Okay, and the way my opponent's been killing my Immortals lately, okay, you should be shooting all his Primaris Marines, the -1 AP bolter. They're fine, they come back, they survive. If you wipe them out with the Hellblaster squads, they'll be taking 10 shots in the face every turn, and you're scooping them up handfuls, 6 up saving cover. But, if you're shooting those with Hellblasters, your Ghost Arcs, your Doomsday Arcs, your Monoliths, whatever you use, is safe from that kind of crap. So you basically have to invest to kill these things. Because you need to wipe them out to reanimate. So you'll be hitting these really hard if you need to kill them. If you make the mistake of not shooting the high AP stuff into these guys, they just keep coming back and you can't kill them. So these units, this unit here, these are amazing for camping. You just set up a little tent somewhere, just sit there, drink your flipping Diet Pepsi, or your coffee, or your Necron oil, whatever they got. And say, oh, someone's coming after my objective. That's their job. Okay. And they're also really good for guarding. Because if you find competent opponents, stuff like this will die turn 1, turn 2, if you don't got a bodyguard. I've tested the crap out of Hell Destroyers because I love them. And the only way I found to keep them alive is Immortals. Okay then, that is basically how I use Immortals. You can always have a Night Scythe, go in, and then on your next turn drop them in. But against a good opponent, the Night Scythe will die. So a unit of 10 on an objective, 2 up armor, objective secured. It's a lot of firepower to give to them. And these are Necrons now, right? They hit and freeze in combat. They do actually hit back in combat, and they won't get killed instantly. And another major plus of taking Immortals over Warriors. What I found in a lot of my games, the unit of 20 Warriors, they just eat my command points. Okay, you always seem to be like, oh, 2 command points gone, just so my 3 guys will come back and reanimation. It's very hard to fill a morale test for Unit 10. If you take like 6 or 7 losses, I still would rather roll it and use 1 command point just to re-roll the 1, just in case. It's not that big a deal. If you are Unit 20, you lose 15, you've lost 2 command points, you know you're going to get wiped out. Unit 10, it doesn't matter. And if you got a Lord, you can re-roll it anyway, so that's not a good thing. If you want your command points for like wounding stuff for Heavy Destroyers or your Doomsday Arcs, take Immortals because the command points are spent else in a better place. So Immortals have a place, but they are completely opposite to Warriors now. You do not watch up the board and just take it in the face. You play safe, you run to cover, you use your mind, you have to win through intelligence for them. Get an objective and camp there. Okay? Oh, and another good tip I want to show you. If I bring these over here so I can see them better in the camera. So let's just pretend now, right? Let's say you want to use Luminous as the spider guy for Necrons, the Illuminator guy, right? So I would say, right, if you're using mass Immortals, this Necron's a better choice than the Crypt deck. Like I said, if they're all in cover, it's very hard to get them down to a 5-up save anyway. And if you're very lucky with this guy, you can get them to toughness 5, and then they become a lot more dangerous. So if you like it there, to turn 1, these guys are toughness 5 or hitting on 2s, which is even better. Plus 1 attack, you can command point if you want. And then turn 2, move him out, run him to a unit of 10 warriors, like so. Give them the +1 toughness, attack or shooting. Then bring him back and advance him back to the other unit. And give them a buff. So, in 3 turns, this guy can make your army a lot more dangerous. For like 43 points more, something like that. It's like 40 points difference between him and a Crypt deck. But he does not give a 5+ invuln. But he does give the +1 reanimation, which is better than the Crypt deck for Immortals and cover. Because you need -4 to get him to a 6-up save, and if you're shooting you with -4, awesome. He's wasting his shots. So, that's another good tip. Another good tip is, if you got this guy, you're overloading him +1 to hit. As you know anyway. But, it all depends how your armies run. If you design your army to walk across the board and shoot, take warriors with this guy in it, obviously. But if you want to protect your Doomsday Arcs, you'll have probably 2 HQs next to him anyway, protecting them. So he can buff them, Illuminator, Ceres, or whatever his name is, can buff them, and then he can run off and do it to the others. So that's a few other good tips for you, is that. They're very easy to buff, and they're normally quite safe. And you want your opponent to waste all your major heavy anti-armor into those guys. Because they are very hard to kill. And if you are lucky enough to get, especially if you're lucky enough to get 2 units on 2 objectives in cover, turn 1, you're pretty much sorted. That's what you want to do. So the main goal 1, in cover, turn 1. Even if you have to advance them if you have to. Because that +1 armor is essential to keeping Immortals alive. Go 2, you don't need a Crypt deck to keep them alive. A 2-up armor is much more reliable than a 4-up. If you get using cover, you get 3-up, but have you tried to get 20 warriors in cover? It's really difficult. Okay, so they normally got 4-up save standard with a 5-up for the Crypt deck. So get the 10 guys in cover turn 1. Focus fire all your shots into stuff that you know needs the -2 on it. Okay, don't waste them on toughness 3 models. Go for toughness 4. Maybe something with a 2-up save. Even toughness 5, even keep them in the 4. And then use your heavy weapons to tanks, and then send your wraiths up to get the objectives and go for the assault stuff. Okay, so thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.